The beautiful Huangpu River in the heart of Shanghai. Hello, you're about to watch an RDG production, so I'm very, very grateful for your time and your support. I hope you like what you see, and if you do and you haven't subscribed, then please go to the RDG Productions YouTube channel. You can Google it as well and look for RDG Productions, and you'll see someone looking like me wearing a hat. So if you like what you see, please subscribe. If you haven't, spread the word. Please spread the word. And if you're already a member, then keep watching. And again, thank you for your time, and I hope you like what you're about to see.
Walking around this vibrant Indian city today, you can see why the French traveller Louis de Grandpré described her as not only the handsomest town in Asia, but one of the finest in the world. I am totally smitten by this city, not only because of my strong family connections and personal history, but because of its amazing past that is not widely known. A magnificent city that was created thousands of miles away from London to make a statement about a mighty empire. A place to where young men, women and children brave the seas and flock to in order to build their fortune, sometimes alongside Indian friends, but more often than not, at their expense. It was then ravaged by an ever-increasingly violent movement against what was then the mother country, Britain, the country I grew up in. For decades, the city was written off by countless international commentators, in my view unfairly, perhaps to further their careers. They often returned to write yet another bestseller or make another documentary about Calcutta's slums. Most shockingly, and closer to home, even the late Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi called her a dying city. Yes, at times it may have felt that Calcutta was gasping for survival, but survive it does in whatever shape or form. In previous episodes, I expressed how audacious it seemed to me that Britain's Queen Victoria made herself Empress of India, but never visited her imperial jewel. Yet, she sits in front of a huge building, the Victoria Memorial, that has been a part of the Handsomest Town skyline for nearly 100 years. Then we saw how Rabindranath Tagore, the passionate Bengali writer and poet, rocked the British Empire by publicly but most eloquently renouncing his knighthood. And in the previous episode of The Handsomest Town, we saw how the city falls in reverence at the feet of an ancient 10-armed goddess Durga, who blesses the city every autumn in what is a spectacular spiritual carnival, which has recently been recognized by UNESCO. And by far one of my most favourite places on planet Earth, the place where I was born. Welcome to Calcutta. Wherever the British went, they wanted to bring a bit of London with them. Imperial Calcutta needed a major thoroughfare, something like Regent Street perhaps. They built Park Street, named after a deer park that existed at that location in the late 18th century. This elegant street, which is today full of bars, restaurants, hotels and designer shops, was clearly built to represent power and grandeur, and is still very much the heartbeat of the handsomest town.
Now, one of my most favourite streets in the world. Yes, in the world. And certainly here in Calcutta is Park Street. If you want to go to some really nice bars, restaurants, buy some designer clothes, buy the latest mobile, whatever you want to do, in every sense, is available here in the heart of the city, here in Park Street. When the road was first constructed, way back in the middle of the 19th century, it was definitely one of Asia's most fashionable streets and one of the first to have street lamps. Today there's plenty of lights, bit of music, plenty of people, and plenty to do.
Park Street maybe.
What's special about Park
Park
Street?
Street, like you can go have rolls there, Kati rolls there, and you can go enjoy everywhere. There's pubs and this thing also for elder people who are like legally aged, so it's quite good.
Now, I'd better leave it to your imagination when it comes to what that young man was referring to. But he did mention something called the Kati roll, which is famous street food originating in Calcutta. Park Street has dozens of Kati roll street shops that, as you can see, are open all day, and I've come to one of them. The Kati roll is essentially a spicy skewered kebab roll wrapped in a naan bread. The meat used is usually chicken or lamb that has been marinated in Indian spices. Kati refers to stick in Bengali on which the meat is cooked. People always have time for a Kati roll, and today is no exception.
So they're going to give me a Kati roll now. So I've gone for a chicken Kati roll, and let's see. So there it. Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm going to try it now. Let's see what it tastes like. It looks absolutely delicious. It's very hot, so let's go. You have to have this. Very delicious, quite spicy, a bit of chili, but definitely worth it here in the handsomest town.
Food is central to Calcutta life. Bengalis love to eat, especially with family, and it is quite common for there to be regular family parties where there is a copious amount of food, drink, and something Bengalis refer to as Addha. As far as I know, there is no other language that has a word to describe a gathering of people chatting, laughing, discussing sport, politics, in fact anything, whilst eating, drinking, singing, all at the same time. That's Addha. We'll have a separate program on cuisine, but I just wanted to mention one culinary delight that Bengal is most famous for. Bengali sweets, otherwise known as mishti, are a must at any occasion and are also closely associated with various festivals. The sweets from Bengal are hugely famous across the country and have a very distinct look and taste. The delicacies can be made from clarified butter, rice flour, paneer, rosewater, and dried milk. You should definitely try the various types of shondesh, roshogolla, chom-chom from the thousands of confectionery shops across the handsomest town. It is no wonder that nearly every other Bengali eventually becomes a diabetic. Okay, a slight exaggeration, but you get my point. It is not surprising that this combination of Addha and Bengali warmth make it a much-loved city.
Calcutta. What does Calcutta mean to you?
Calcutta is a very live city. People are very live. They want to help each other, and there is a bonding in the Calcutta. Whenever people meet with each other, they really want to help each other.
It's basically not just for me, but for everyone. It's a joy of land, and me being a student here, it's a place where I will be able to be independent. I can do everything on my own. Apart far away from my family members, I get to learn everything by myself. Right?
I've played cricket with people. I've had photos taken with people. Everybody's wonderfully warm and friendly. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So I love this city very much. People are very cooperative, very coordinating. They love and they enjoy each festival like Durga Puja. It's a great celebration over here.
It's beautiful. I like it so far. People are really friendly.
Okay.
When people see you're a foreigner in particular, I feel like they feel
Warm.
they need to take care of you.
Yeah.
So
Like we people from Darjeeling, we are quite used to people from Bengal because we are from Bengal and West Bengal, so we are quite used to people like this. But it's quite warm and like it's welcoming in Calcutta. It's a city of joy, so
It's not a past that you can be completely at ease with, even though, on the other hand, look around and it's a great city. So I had wondered what people's attitude would be to a visiting Brit, but people either don't seem to care or just their natural approach is just to be friendly and welcoming to visitors.
Next time on The Handsomest Town, compassion and untimely deaths in Calcutta. One of the empire's oldest and perhaps spookiest cemeteries is just on the other side of Calcutta's Party Street, and it tells the story of hundreds of British men, women and children who succumb to the frivolity of a new life of fortune in a country where deadly diseases were never too far away.
All this life, all this fun would disappear just like that.
And we see what they left behind, a business area with grand imperial buildings that brought immense wealth to the city and empire. All of this under the watchful gaze of Mother Teresa of Albania, who spent a lifetime serving Calcutta's poor and destitute. Look out for episode 5 on the RDG Productions YouTube channel. Stay tuned, subscribe, and thank you for watching The Handsomest Town.